Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered, a thought-provoking exploration where we critically assess the dynamics between contemporary belief systems and ancient faith practices. Tonight, we embark on a profound inquiry into what has been lost in our spiritual journeys since the religion ceased to demand acts of courage and boldness. We delve into a significant transformation in the nature of faith, one that appears compassionate and nurturing but conceals underlying repercussions. The pivotal moment when faith transitioned from a courageous undertaking to a pursuit of comfort. In the ancient world, the essence of this belief was inherently perilous. Embracing a faith often translated into a plethora of dangers: exile from one's home, the potential loss of social standings, the isolation of community bonds, and even the grave threats of persecution or even death. Figures such as Abraham gambled everything by leaving his homeland in pursuit of a divine promise. Moses himself risked the wrath of Pharaoh to liberate his people from oppression. The prophets, echoing God's call, also faced the sword and the noose. Early Christians defied the might of empires, standing resolute in their faith amid worldly threats. Faith was not merely an addition to life's fabric. It was an undertaking fraught with jeopardy. The presence of risk was not an ancillary feature of belief. Rather, it was a testament to the authenticity of one's faith. In stark contrast, modern religion frequently offers a narrative of safety and protection. Concepts such as safe spaces, reassuring beliefs, nurturing communities, and comforting theology dominated contemporary discourse. Faith is often perceived as a refuge, a place of solace, instead of an exposure to the raw and unpredictable nature of life. God is reimagined as a guardian of comfort rather than a challenger of the status quo. This evolution, while appearing to be rooted in compassion, could be viewed through the lens of ancient theological thought as a form of spiritual anesthesia, dulling the transformative edge that faith once wielded in the pursuit of truth. For fundamentally, faith devoid of risk translates into a belief system stripped of consequences. Scripture illustrates a consistent theme. Faith is not a shield against adversity, it is an invitation into the tumult of life's uncertainties. Jesus, for instance, clearly warned his followers of impending hatred and persecution rather than offering them a promise of protection. The Apostle Paul spoke not of security, but rather of the realities of suffering for the sake of the gospel. The Psalms, far from guaranteeing safety, often resonate with the cries of the oppressed, emerging from the depths of danger and despair. Ancient belief systems recognized that a true encounter with the divine would unsettle all that could not endure the harsh light of ultimate truth. Conversely, modern belief systems frequently prioritize the preservation of stability, oftentimes at the expense of confronting discomfort. In striving for a safe faith, contemporary churches frequently avoided areas of controversy. Doctrines that might offend are carefully sidestepped, and faith is curated to evade any potential unease. However, this quest for safety inadvertently reconfigures the core theological constructs. When faith evolves into a construct predicated on comfort, it ceases to demand anything truly challenging or transformative from the believer. As a result, obedience takes on a purely symbolic significance, with sacrifice becoming an optional endeavor. Conviction becomes fluid, subject to personal convenience. What was once deemed risky is often misframed as extremism. Ancient theology presented a counter-narrative. It asserts that risk is not synonymous with recklessness. Rather, it embodies true trust. Walking the path of God without the promise of a safety net is, at its heart, the very essence of faith. In stark contrast, modern beliefs often seek guarantees and assurances prior to committing oneself. This profound divergence reshapes all aspects of faith and practice. Safe faith tends to shun confrontations with injustice, opting instead for complacency. Risk-laden faith, however, earnestly challenges power structures and societal norms. Safe faith typically conforms to cultural expectations, while its riskier counterpart stands as a powerful counter-witness against them. Ironically, the very safety sought in faith can lead to a dilution of its historical significance. The paradox of modern religion is striking. The more we equate safety with goodness, the further we stray from a faith that characterized the lives of countless historical figures. Scripture illustrates that true faithfulness is measured by the courage to stand firm in the face of adversity. The most faithful figures throughout history are not those shielded from harm. Rather, they are those who, by exposing themselves to danger, left indelible marks on the world. Their narratives endure because they acted with conviction amid uncertainty, risking it all without assurances of success. In modern religious contexts, narratives that provoke risk are often avoided. After all, a high cost of faith can lead to attrition among adherents. However, ancient theology remains resolute in its commitment to truth above all else. It suggests that it is better to have a small, faithful remnant devoted to authenticity than to have a mere assembly of comfortable believers. This brings us to a disconcerting reflection. A faith that does not risk sacrifice cannot effectively stand against evil. A belief anchored solely in the pursuit of comfort cannot rise to challenge injustice. A God who provides unwavering guarantees of safety cannot simultaneously demand the bravery required to confront an unyielding world. As we navigate these challenging truths this evening, we must confront a sobering reality. If faith never risks anything, be it reputation, certainty, security, or identity, it ceases to be faith in its truest form and devolves into mere ideology. Ancient belief systems not only endured persecution but thrived because they did not seek safety as their foundation. Meanwhile, modern belief systems often find themselves stifled under the weight of comfort, recoiling from exposure at every turn. Thus, we are led to pose a hard question that ancient faith might unwaveringly direct at modern religion. If your faith costs you nothing, risks nothing, and threatens nothing, then to what or whom exactly does it remain faithful? Thank you for joining us on this evocative journey through dark truths. Religion Uncovered. We invite you to share your thoughts below. Does faith exist to create a safe harbor, or to summon the bravery to face the storm?